Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Annalisa and today I am painting a Begonia fairy. I don't know if you've noticed, but I really like fairies. There are a lot of fairies with flowers paintings out there, but I haven't seen a whole lot of begonia fairies in the past, and begonias are some of my favorite flowers. Something about the way they're shaped is just so interesting, and also sometimes they achieve this very particular peachy orangey pink for a color that I just love and that I haven't seen in many other flowers. I tried to depict that a little bit in this painting. By the way, these flowers ended up a little bit darker than my absolute favorite begonia flowers, but they still do look quite begonia-ish. Now, there are a few things about this piece. For one, it ended up being a little bit rushed, which seems kind of weird because it's 2 weeks late, but I just didn't have the time in my normal time frame to get it done, and then I rushed to try to get it done only a week late, and that didn't even work out. I was trying to make it fast, and also I wanted it to be really good because I really love fairies and begonias, and I really wanted to put out another piece that was sort of representative of my style and how much I enjoy fantasy art, and in the end it turned out pretty well in that direction, but there was a long middle period where I really wasn't sure what was going on or what I was going to do, and my plans were very sketchy because I didn't have the time to make the plans ahead of the time I needed to paint it. Since my last piece, which I believe is the Reading Princess, my mental health has taken a bit of a dive. I'm not really sure why, except that relatedly my pain levels have taken a bit of a turn. I have a set of kind of comorbidities is what they're called, where a bunch of disorders slash abnormalities tend to all come together, not necessarily through a common cause, but sometimes. But these are autism spectrum disorder, depression, anxiety, and fibromyalgia. And recently my fibromyalgia has acted up quite a bit, giving me a lot less energy to do things, and also making me feel sad because I'm in pain, but also sad because I'm not doing things. And then there were some other causes that upped my depression lately, and it's just been a bit of a unhappy ride lately. So I haven't felt very inspired. I kind of had to push a lot for this piece. At the beginning phases, I really couldn't see what the end was going to be or what I was even trying to do. I was basically just going through the motions because I needed to create something. I had the basic steps in mind, but I just didn't really feel it a lot of the time. So this is a very strange painting experience for me. In the last few years, I've gotten better at not pushing myself through things. If something is just not going well for me, I'll just stop. But in this case, I did just stop working on it for the week when my depression was worse. But then after that, I still didn't feel it, but I really needed to get it done, so I pushed myself the rest of the way through it. And I'm very glad I did, because now I have a piece that I quite enjoy. But it was just the experience of making it was not really a pleasant one. But I do also feel like I learned some things from it. I was continuing to explore loose styles of watercolors and how I wanted to combine watercolors with my pens and see how much detail I like putting in with watercolors and then how much I prefer to do with pens. So it was also an informative piece to work on. Also, one thing that boosted my self-esteem slightly was that I really felt like the legs turned out well, which usually I feel quite nervous about making legs and feel like they turn out quite badly. As I look at them now, they look like the knees are in different places relative to each other, but if you don't focus on that, if I don't focus on that, they look good, like, while not considering them, I don't know, anatomically. It's weird, but I feel like the shapes worked out really well and impressionistic in that they definitely evoke the idea of legs without necessarily being accurate. Also, the wings are something different. I decided to make them completely transparent except for the little edges and bits of reflection on them, which wasn't necessarily an original choice. As I said, I wasn't planning ahead very well, and so I didn't leave any space in the background to put her wings. So her wings had to be made entirely out of opaque pens and not watercolors, because it wouldn't work to put other colors on top of such dark background unless I wanted her to have very dark wings. So the wings were quite an improv, but for an improv I like them quite a lot. I also have a few bookkeeping things to tell you about. For one, I'm not going to be able to take part in the Totally Awesome Challenge by Tina Tollefson, even though I would really like to, because I'm going camping this week. And I won't be home on the upload day, and also even if I was around to upload it, I haven't even started working on it. But I wish all of you luck with the Totally Awesome Challenge, and I hope to be watching the videos because I bet there will be a lot of really interesting ones. My idea was to do a princess who had run and jumped through the mud and had mud and twigs all over her and stuck in her hair, and a crown askew, after chasing down and having caught a frog that she intended to kiss to try to get a prince. So maybe someday that image will come to fruition, but not this week. Also, I'm going to be reading a lot and putting out a lot of bookish content this month. But next month, I'm going to be putting out a lot of art content. I've got a bunch of monster pieces planned, specifically monstrous women, in that they're going to be like centaurs and sirens and Ursula type people. Quite a lot along the lines of my Medusa piece, but a whole line of them. And so during September, I'm going to be sketching those so that I can put them out in October. So there's going to be a dearth of art videos this month and a dearth of book videos next month. So just watch whichever videos most interest you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!